The Combini Boys. They're the Combini Boys. They're the Combini Boys.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Not too shabby here, Mike. It's Mother's Day here in America. So, just a few moments, I'll be heading off to a culinary class, 4 hours of making brunch with my mom. So, looking forward to that. How are things?
Great.
How are things over in Toyama?
Things are great. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And that sounds like a great thing to do with your mom. Hope you all have a great time. We sent some. I guess this will be released after she receives. But yeah, we sent some flowers to my mom this year.
Nice.
But that sounds like a really, really great experience. Brunch, interesting. A brunch.
Yeah, I'm actually not a fan of brunch. I think it's a really dumb meal.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't support it at all. But this is more about cooking than consuming, so I can get behind that.
Okay, and I will say for the record, I am a big brunch guy. One of the great brunch enjoyers. So just to
I
kind
think
of
you're
go.
more breakfast all day guy than brunch guy.
That's a good point. You're right.
Every time I drive past an IHOP, I remember that incredible performance you put on. It was outstanding. Anyway, Mike, we got a lot to talk about here.
Yes, we do.
Episode 87 of the Conveni Boys podcast, and we're going to kick things off here with a pretty sweet campaign coming out of 7-Eleven, Mike. This is the Trattoria Open. This is an Italian-themed campaign coming out of 7-Eleven, Mike. And holy damn moly, I gotta say, this looks very good. They got lunch, dinner, cafe, and wine items carefully curated. And I think this is more of a curation. As I went through these, I think you can find all of these at the Conveni now. They're just repackaging them.
Yeah.
In an Italian theme. Let's just take a quick overview of the menu here. On the lunch side, of course, the frozen corn soup. Nothing says Italy, Mike, like frozen corn. I feel like I'm on Lake Como already, basking in the Tuscan sun. We have a Milano risotto, minestrone soup, and of course, Mike, we got a pizza.
Yes, we do.
You got a pizza with a few dashes of basil on it. Mike, on the dinner side, lots of pasta. A whole lot of pasta. I want to bring special attention to maybe the best looking bolognese I've ever seen in my whole damn life here.
You're not kidding.
Quick zoom in on that. This thing is piled high with ground meat, cheese, and that sauce is clinging to the pasta just like it does in Milano or Bologna.
It looks great. If you can actually scroll one up, another one that looked really great to me is that guy right there, Matt. That is the tomato and prosciutto cold pasta. I'm not a big fan of cold pastas, but man, doesn't that look like a nice little treat right there?
I think that looks gross.
What?
It's cold spaghetti with a slice of ham on top. I think that looks terrible.
All right. Well,
Tomatoes all over it. That's not authentic. They don't eat that in Italy. Jesus, what the hell? All right, let's get back to business because there's something I want to really focus on here. That's the
cafe.
Not the cafe, the pizza menu, Mike. Where's the damn pizza menu? Oh shit, I lost track. Oh, there's the pizza.
There's the pizza.
All right, Mike.
Oh boy.
We're looking at pizza for 498 yen, Mike.
Yeah.
Now, they don't give sizes of these pizzas. We're looking at a plain cheese pizza here, so it's hard to tell exactly how big this pizza is. There are two fingers actually, just two parts of a hand on either side of the photo. So that gives us a sense. A full thumb is in view here. My thumb, Mike, I'm going to say is about 2.25 inches long. That thumb in this photo, granted the nail is long, that's definitely a woman's thumb. It's painted, there's glitter on it. I'm going to say that thumb, if it were to start at the crust it would get almost to the tip of the pizza, which means the radius from crust to tip of a slice is about, I'm going to say, 2 inches.
Yeah.
We're talking about a 4-inch diameter pizza, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah. 4 inch. Well, give it a little. I'd say
It's bigger.
I'd say 4 to 6 inches, maybe. Let's say.
That's a big
Being
difference.
very
6.
generous. Being very
6.
generous.
6. Okay, we'll say 6.
Yeah. Even saying 6 though, that's a $5 pizza, 6-inch, and this is again being very, very generous. We're thinking high ball in 6, and more realistic maybe about 4. That is a good price there, Matt. That is a.
I'd start stocking up now, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, make your plan.
All right, and I gotta say it's. They got the chef himself here, Daisa. He's out and he is on the cover here, just showing that thing on the picture. That would seem, and you see they've done some magic here of graphic design here. They've got him
a 2-foot pizza.
Yeah, gigantic pizza. They've shrunk Daisa down, and there's some sort of optical illusion going on here to make this seem big. This is a frozen pizza, by the way, so you're going to have to get this heated up. But I will say, hey, we're talking Japan prices, not bad.
We all know pizza comes frozen in all of Italy, so also authentic. All right, Mike, what caught your attention here? It sounded like you wanted to get into the cafe menu. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Hit me with the cafe. Hey, if you can go right up to the top there, that sloppy-looking sandwich right there. What is that? Focaccia Sandwich, Matt, with the herb chicken. What do we got? It looks about 1 inch of focaccia as bread on top there. Inside, you've got some messy chicken topped with some, who knows, some pasta sauce or something, and some cheese.
Tomatoes and onions, no?
I will say, Matt, this looks like a mess. Don't see it working out, but I can't ignore it. I would love to have it. 380 yen for that sloppy mess right there.
I gotta tell you, Mike, you're 2 strong zeros into the evening. This starts looking pretty damn good. They lost me with the American cheese, though, Mike. That bright yellow melted cheese on the bottom is clearly not from Italy.
Yeah.
Herb chicken, very Italian. Focaccia. Is there anything more Italian than focaccia?
No.
All right. I'd like to point out a nice item from the cafe as well, Mike. This is the Cotta, Jude, and Peach Panna Cotta. Panna, of course, a fantastic Italian dessert. And this has I guess a Cotta, which is a tea jelly. On top of the panna cotta with 2 slices of peaches nestled into the jelly. That looks refreshing and delicious.
Yeah, that does. It looks delicioso, Matt. No doubt. I will have to say, I noticed on the other page you kind of skipped over something. If you could scroll down a little here. We do have the 7 Cafe. Is that something you don't really want to talk about? The hot coffee, iced coffee?
Well, what does it have to do with Italy? I don't understand why black coffee. They don't serve black coffee in Italy. In fact, they don't serve coffee. They only serve espresso and espresso beverages in Italy. You have a cappuccino in the morning and latte in the afternoon, espresso after dinner. I believe that's how it goes.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I see where it's not because you just really hate conveni coffee. It's because it's not Italian authentic, right? I just want to make that clear.
Somebody find me somebody find me an iced black coffee in all of Italy. I give you that challenge. Go ahead. Search from Sicily to Milan and try to find me an iced black coffee in all of Italy. It's never going to happen.
All right, I didn't mean to question your objectivity. Can we just click that last tab though, that wine, because don't know what to say here, Matt. Yosemite Road from California.
I'm not familiar with that region of Italy, California.
No, and Marlborough, which No better for the cigarettes, although
I
spelled a
was
little
gonna
bit
say
different.
they do smoke a lot in Italy.
That is true.
So
That
that's
is a good point.
that's more on brand than the California region.
You're actually right. It would have been more realistic to have one more tab of just cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
All of the top cigarettes out right now.
Cigarettes, sunglasses, and Aperol. That's a whole campaign right there.
That is. I will say, Matt, I was surprised to see some olives here. Hey, I don't,
That's
I don't.
Italian.
Yeah, you don't often see olives at the Combini, so if this is something they've got, that sounds
They're
pretty
also
exciting.
claiming to have ham prosciutto from Italy.
Okay.
That's pretty impressive. And of course, Parmigiano Reggiano,
Hey.
eaten in small cubes, which I don't know if that's actually done over there. I think it's usually just grated over pasta, but I could be entirely wrong. I like eating cubes of Parmesan cheese. I don't know if actual Italians like eating cubes of Parmesan cheese.
True. Yeah. Well, all in all, I gotta say, Matt, 7-Eleven has been really hitting up the spots recently. They've been going around Japan. We went to Okinawa. We went to Kyushu.
Kind of.
Sort of. And this time we're going to Italy. I mean, this is pretty impressive. Cheers to 7-Eleven.
Cheers to 7-Eleven. Bon voyage, everybody. Oh, that's French. Okay. Not sure how to say that in Italian. All right. That wraps up the big Trattoria campaign of 7-Eleven, Mike.
Well, Matt, you know where we're going next. We're heading into the Chickie Wars this week, Matt. We got some pretty exciting things going on, maybe. You can be the judge of that. All right, so we got 2 Chickies coming out this week. First off, Matt, out of 7-Eleven, we've got the Chicken Crispy Consomme Garlic flavor. I should just preface before we hear your thoughts. They say chicken crispy, but Matt, for all intents and purposes, this is a chicken nugget. I think it's 40 yen. What are your thoughts on this guy right here?
A couple of thoughts here, Mike. First, we've seen this before, the consomme flavor on the chickie. It's salt on salt. You eat enough of these guys.
Yeah.
There's that sect of Buddhism you introduced me to where monks will actually mummify their bodies while alive by not eating or drinking. I think you could accelerate that process by eating consomme chiki, because the salt would just suck out every ounce of fluid in your body until you're just like a desiccated fall leaf. You know what I mean? But then we got the garlic here. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like garlic in a chickie? So that's a pretty pumped up flavor there. I will say, a little surprised you can buy just one of these at a time. Who's doing that? Why not just sell a box of these things like Karaage-kun?
Exactly.
But you can get 10 for 400 yen. That's pretty nice.
That is actually really nice when you think about it, compared to Karaage-kun or something like that. I will say they're calling it the chicken crispy. If I wasn't looking at this picture and someone said, "Hey, you want a chicken crispy?" What would I think? I'd probably think like a chicken tender. So this is kind of a little bit of a screwball there, but it does look crispy. I will say there's a lot of crisp here. I'm not sure
a lot of nooks
how
and
much.
crannies.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much chicken, but I agree. Normally, not a huge fan of the consomme on the fried chicken, but with the garlic makes it interesting. All right, Matt. We've got one more chickie to look out this week. This one a little bit different. Speaking of screwballs, Matt, we've got coming out of Seiko Mart, the smoked mayonnaise chicken. 5 of them. And these are also chicken balls. These are apparently smoked and drizzled with mayonnaise. Matt, what are your thoughts on these guys?
All right, Mike. I actually didn't preview these before recording the podcast. This is a fresh take here. I love the smoke. If you got smoky flavor in that chicken, I'm all about that. That mayonnaise, though, I gotta say, not a fan of it at all. Why not put it on the side? Have it as an option. Why can't I dip it? Why are you gonna pour it all over my smoked chicken? What does mayonnaise have to do with smoked chicken anyway? Right. So I like the smoke. This This is not fried. This is just smoked chicken. I wish they'd have the. I
Yes.
wish they'd have. And if you're gonna put sauce on smoked chicken, it should be barbecue sauce,
I agree. I agree.
right?
Actually, I'm actually very confused now because you're right. Smoked chicken, but that doesn't actually look like smoked chicken. Now I'm kind of confused. Is that a smoked fried chicken? Have you ever heard of a smoked fried chicken,
But
Matt?
it does look kind of fried. That's why I was a little confused about that. I don't know what they've done here. It does look fried.
It looks fried. It's apparently smoked,
You can't penetrate chicken with smoke once it's been fried.
right? It would have to be the other way. You smoke it,
Smoke
then
it,
you deep
and
fry
then you
it.
deep fry it. Yeah.
Well,
And then you put mayonnaise on top of it.
that sounds not actually so bad. I actually don't even know what to think about that. But all right, Matt. Well, that's if anybody gets this, let us know because it's sort of a mystery. But okay, Matt, that's it for the Chicky Wars this week. I guess we're heading over to the scoreboard,
Let's
right?
take a look at the scoreboard, Mike. New items up this week. FamilyMart, 49 new items. Lawson, 33. 7-Eleven's got 82. Mini Stop at 21. Daily Yamazaki, 7. Seiko Mart, 6. And New Days, 3 items. Mike, what do you think of those numbers?
Well, we had a big dip last week because of Golden Week. We thought it seems it's sort of continuing a little bit. We are finally in the last day of Golden Week here. New Days, only 3 items. That was really weird. I don't know what's going on there, but it's probably something to do with Golden Week, I'm guessing. So, but in general, not bad.
Not too shabby. All right, let's look at our winners and losers this week. Always excited to see what you've picked out for your loser here, Mike. Your least favorite new item. Really? Oh, I see what's going on here.
You see what's going on here, Matt.
Campaign continues.
All right. The campaign continues, Matt. For anybody who's checking out the news, the newsletter this week, you probably saw the little section on pastas and fun little pastas coming out of Lawson.
Cold noodles.
Cold noodles, right? Yeah. So there are a lot of great looking cold noodles out this week, but this one kind of caught my eye, as we've talked about before. This one says that it has 1 serving. I don't exactly know what that means of vegetables. But if you look at the picture here, Matt, I mean, what we're really looking at is just some noodles topped with a few bean sprouts, a little bit of carrot and cabbage, and then some chicken on top. I just thought, of all the items, this is the one that did work for me, and it just seemed like a lackluster amount of vegetables, so that's why I was my loser.
It looks tasty, Mike, but the claim I think holds. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slices of shredded carrot, and I think 1 leaf of cabbage. So certainly a dubious claim there.
Yeah.
All right. My loser this week, Mike. Coming out of Lawson here, Mike. We've been kind of dumping on conveni burgers here for a few weeks now, and the streak continues. We got a pork egg burger out of Lawson, Mike, but this is not any kind of pork. This is spam, Mike. It's a tribute to Okinawa. They got a block of spam on this burger. It's topped with a patty of scrambled egg and then mayonnaise. I don't think I need to say any more to explain why this is my loser for the week here, Mike.
Yep, total loser. Continuing the trend. That is not any sort of pork that I want to mess with. And what a terrible egg. I mean, that does not look like a real egg.
This should come with a side of Prozac. All right, let's move on to our winners for this week, Mike.
Yes, sir. I'm one. I'm one for
It's like a lot of vegetables.
Yes, it does. So, Matt, what is this? This is the. This is the Kamangai style salad. Mix 'em up salad. Out of FamilyMart. Kamangai is basically like Thai style chicken over rice, chicken with rice. So what this is, you've got some coriander, you've got some fresh cut onions, you've got that steamed chicken that you get out of the Kamangai, and then you've got some rice, and then at the bottom you got some sort of sauce. Not sure what's going on there. But you eat this with a spoon. Just looks really refreshing. So yeah, I thought this was a great one.
This looks super refreshing, and I could see, this is a nice cold rice dish that could be a solid substitute when you get sick of your cold noodles, your chuka soba. You want to mix things up on a hot day for lunch. Get the Kamangai. Also, that's a hell of a price point there, $2.76. My goodness.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mike. Sorry, we're zipping through here because my mom just arrived for the culinary class, so I gotta move here. My winner this week. Yes, Mike.
Oh.
Featured this in the newsletter. This is a canned coffee, Mike, out of 7-Eleven, but this isn't just any canned coffee. Starbucks.
Yes, sir.
This is a Starbucks canned coffee, Mike. Starbucks, of course, has a strong presence in the convenience, but with the plastic cup, with the plastic lid in the straw, more premium play on coffee. Those are always more expensive than the canned coffee. Here, Mike, they are going all in on the canned coffee, and I gotta say, I love the name of this one. It's called Roasty Notes. They actually have two. They have one called Comfy, which is milk and sugar, and they have Roasty Notes, which is milk and less sugar. That's exactly right. And they're not using the brand to pump the price. This is 120 yen, priced as the same as all other canned coffee. So pretty pumped up about this one, Mike. I like the can too. It's not as flashy as a Boss, but it's got that nice Starbucks brand right on it, the mermaid. I'm a big fan of this.
Man, wow. I'm blown away right now. I did not even notice that price. I was thinking maybe 250, 220, 230. 120. Holy moly. Yeah, you're kidding.
Game.
You're not kidding. I mean, they could have really leaned hard on that brand name there. To be honest, Matt, my first actual thought when I saw this, I was kind of wondering how you'd feel about it, because I know you're a big Boss, you're big Georgia. You like the sort of the classic guys in there with the canned coffee. So I was a little I was wondering how you were thinking about this, because but I'm glad to hear that you're okay with this. You're okay with Starbucks stepping in there.
Any expansion of the canned coffee game, I approve of. I want to see Colombe actually they're in the canned coffee game. They charge outrageous prices for their canned coffee here in America. That's a whole scam, by the way. We're all getting fucked by coffee companies with coffee in a can. Move to Japan, save some money, everybody. All right, that's our winners and losers this week. Now it's off to my favorite segment. That's At the Gamba with Mike. The Gamba, of course, the place where the action happens. Mike, you're in Japan, where all the action is. What do you got for us this week?
Matt, I have got something that I'm actually drinking right now, Matt. I'm actually having it right now. This is the Super Chuhai. Matt, this is
stunning can.
Right? Just a classic,
simple,
sort of vintage almost, sort of 70s style. Let me share the bigger sort of cutout here real quick, just so our audience can get a sense of what this is. So Matt, this is a new sort of tie-up. I've seen it in FamilyMart for about the past month, which makes sense. This came out, it looks around like end or the middle of April. And this is the Super Chuhai, Matt. This is a sort of tie-up of Suntory and FamilyMart, published under the FamiMart brand. So this is a in-store brand item, which I'm always a little bit skeptical of, because once they start producing items under their own brand, it's a
takeover.
It's a takeover. It makes you a little bit wary, but I have to say, it was what I expected. Not great, but a really solid lemon chuhai. They have the lemon chuhai, they have the grape chuhai, and then they have the 7% of the no sugar or low sugar lemon chuhai. But I like that it's 5%. It's just a straight up, old-fashioned lemon chuhai. So I say, hey, not bad.
What makes it super? Anything, or is that just a
All right, let's see here. So it's got pudding Thai zero, Matt. It's got zero pudding Thai. It's got zero artificial flavoring or artificial sugars. We'll see it. I can't believe that that's true. That's all that, and it has 1% lemon juice, Matt. That's all I can really factor into what makes this super.
All right. It doesn't sound all that super. But
Right.
I like the can.
Yeah,
Ruined
it's very
by
classic.
that FamilyMart brand label, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Mike, that wraps up another episode of the podcast. Thanks, everybody, for listening. A special thanks to everybody who's given us a chickie. Before we get into that, just want to do a quick promo for the Conbini Boys newsletter. Subscribe at conbiniboys.substack.com, or maybe it's substack.conbiniboys.com. Anyway, Google it. Check us out on Twitter. There's the link. We feature all the new items coming out at the Conbini next week, so you can get a head start on your Conbini game plan. Comes out on Saturdays. All right, back to the Chickies. Thanks, Carrie G. St. Michel, M.H. Bongo, Professor H. Matt D. Antonio Wade, Crew Japan, Devon Pine, Bobby Judo, Anonymous, and Anonymous for buying us a Chickie. If you want to support the podcast, head over to buymeachickie.com/conbiniboys or become a paid subscriber to our newsletter.
Yes.
Rate and share the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. If you want to see all the hot Conbini action, head over to our YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, comment, and then follow us on Twitter. That's it. Thanks, everybody, for listening. And, Mike, I'll see you at the Conbini.
See you at the Conbini, Matt. Conbini boys, to the Conbini boys, to the Conbini, to the Conbini, to the Conbini, to the Conbini.